On December 11th, 2022, Scottish authorities announced that 71-year-old former Libyan intelligence officer Abu Agila Mas'ud has been taken into U.S. custody for his alleged role in the 1988 Pan Am Flight 103 bombing over Lockerbie, Scotland. The plane was heading from London to New York City. 270 people were killed that day, including all 259 on board the plane. 190 of them were Americans. 11 people on the ground perished as well.
But how did the bomb get onto the plane? And how did investigators identify the suspects?
Wind scattered victims and debris along an 81-mile-long corridor, 845 square miles in area. It was the deadliest terrorist attack on American civilians until September 11, 2001, and is believed to be in retaliation for the 1986 U.S. bombing of Libya. The bomb was hidden inside of a Toshiba cassette tape player in a Samsonite suitcase in the forward cargo hold. The Lockerbie bombing became the subject of Britain's largest ever criminal inquiry, led by its smallest police force, the Dumfries and Galloway Constabulary. Months after the plane crash and end of the formal recovery effort, a key piece of evidence was discovered on a piece of scorched shirt. It contained a fragment of circuit board that the heat of the explosion had fused into the shirt's polyester fabric. A CIA electronics expert identified the fragment as similar to a timer circuit used in an earlier Libyan terrorist attack. 2 suspects were eventually indicted in Scotland in 1991, but it was not until 1999 that Libyan dictator Muammar Gaddafi turned them over to Scottish authorities. The CIA expert testified in the trial, which was held in the Netherlands. One suspect was convicted. The other was acquitted. Then, on December 21, 2020, the 32nd anniversary of the bombing, the U.S. made public a criminal complaint charging a third individual, Mas'ud. He is taken into U.S. custody 2 years later on December 11, 2022.
Mas'ud is still awaiting trial for his alleged role in this horrible tragedy, with a trial date set for April 2026.
Notable memorials to the victims can be found in Scotland and in Arlington National Cemetery in Virginia. Another is found at Syracuse University in New York to honor 35 students who were on board Pan Am Flight 103. Here are other events that happened today in history. In 1872, Old West showman Buffalo Bill Cody makes his first stage appearance. In 1936, Britain's King Edward VIII abdicates the throne to marry divorced American Wallis Simpson. In 1941, 4 days after Pearl Harbor, Japan's allies Germany and Italy declare war on the U.S. In 1944, Toronto is battered by over 20 inches of snow in a single day, the most in the city's history. In 1957, 22-year-old rocker Jerry Lee Lewis marries his cousin's 13-year-old daughter. In 2006, Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You becomes the first ringtone to hit 500,000 sales. In 2008, American financier Bernie Madoff is arrested for masterminding a $65 billion Ponzi scheme. And now, it's time for our Today in History quiz. 2 years after it was stolen from a museum, which masterpiece was recovered in Italy in 1913? Van Gogh's The Starry Night, Da Vinci's Mona Lisa, Picasso's The Old Guitarist, or Monet's Impression Sunrise?
Liked learning about the Lockerbie bombing? Then you'll enjoy this one about a plane crash in New York City just 2 months after 9/11. Tap the screen to keep the story going on Today in History.